Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. It is a great day to be alive. Welcome to Encounters with Tee Recx. I am your host, Tee Recx, of course. Two Factor Media, the Hype Magazine. Just want to give a shout out to those entities, those groups. I am so proud to be part of both of those organizations. Two Factor Media is a non-profit media organization, and the Hype Magazine is one of the biggest entertainment magazines in the company. Well, not in the company, in the country, the world. So definitely a shout out to the Hype Magazine. Good day, everyone. Welcome to a brand new season of Encounters with Tee Recx. Of course, I am your host, Tee Recx. It is great to be here another year. I am back into podcasting. I am so happy to be back. It's something that I always had a passion for, but I wanted to step outside the box of podcasting and venture to other things in the entertainment field. And I must say that it is so much goodness going around that is not often reported because of the things that has been shown to us, and we fall for it. We love to be part of a crowd or what's popular right now, but it doesn't mean that it is right or wrong. And we had to think about that sometimes, the choices that we make. Today, I'm going to be talking about the reason why, my personal reason why I don't watch the Grammys. And so I know a lot of people tuned in to watch the Grammys, and of course, Beyonce, she won a lot of awards. Kendrick Lamar, Harry Styles, congratulations to all the nominees and winners of the Grammys. But that is a lot of reasons why I don't watch. I used to love watching the Grammys. Like, I grew up watching Grammys with my parents, and as I became an adult, I continued watching it. But when I got more involved in the field of entertainment, broadcasting, television, I kind of just stepped back. And I would just say I had a eye-opening experience dating back years ago. That is it was my personal Pandora box that was open. And I was overwhelmed by the things that I saw, and I was like so hurt by how things are hidden in plain sight. Today is not really hidden in plain sight. Whatever agenda that's been put out there is going to get put out there in your face. Don't care. And you can just see how the FCC is more relaxed on allowing content to be broadcast over our airwaves. And you just got to pay attention to this, because it is not affecting just the adults. It's affecting the kids, because the kids consume a lot more of this media than we do because of our responsibilities. And then they are just learning and developing. So when you don't spend time with kids or your children, the most natural thing is they're going to gravitate to someone or something that's going to fulfill that void. And media, social media, smartphones, the internet, just many other things that allow kids and just people in general to become distracted. And it's not always good, because we have a information overload. The internet, in my opinion, is the Pandora box. People can argue and say it could be the Antichrist. And there's a lot of things that is pointing towards it that could lead to that and come to that conclusion. But what do you think? What do you think? But we'll be right back. We got more coming up on Encounters with Tee Recx. We will be talking about the Grammys in general and why I personally don't like the Grammys. So just stay tuned and we're going to be right back. Welcome back to Encounters with Tee Recx. I want to go ahead and just jump into this topic, the Grammys. The Grammys is the Super Bowl of music, the Oscars of music, where you have all the elite musicians, millionaires, billionaires, record execs. They all gather together to celebrate the art of music and entertainment. What I said in the beginning of the monologue, I am a fan of music. I love music. Music has been part of my fabric since birth. Thank God for my parents. My parents loved music. My dad, he was a DJ in his earlier years, a house party DJ, and he rocked out a lot of parties in the Chicagoland area. And he collected music. He collected music from my granddad, and it just was passed on through the bloodline. And man, I tell you, music is the soundtrack to our life. I listen to everything and I love it. And the Grammys is a great achievement for artists. That's what they shoot for, is getting one of those Grammys to put on their mantle at home, show it off, drink from it, sleep with it, or whatever they do with it. It's like the pinnacle of their career. But the big but part of it is that it projects some kind of imagery too. Like, you see people performing and you like, yes, I like that performance. That's a great performance. And then you see stuff that just make you question the reality of the Grammys and just our society in general. There's a song called Unholy. Nice beat. Sam Smith is a great artist. He has produced and made many tracks. Award-winning artist. Sam Smith he has a great voice, and if you ever heard any of his music, his voice stands out. You'll automatically know, like, yeah, man, that sounds like Sam Smith. Because Sam Smith has this unique voice, and he's just a great singer. I'm not taking anything away from him. It's just the imagery that is placed on these artists CBS made a tweet and they actually took it down because people saw the kind of message that it was projecting. So you have a song called Unholy, and Sam, before performing, he made a post on Twitter stating that this is going to be special. Okay. That's all he said. So we already know the song, but we at the time we did not know what kind of performance it was going to be or whatever. This was prior to the viewing audience seeing it. But CBS execs, Grammys execs, everybody that's behind the scenes know very well what kind of performance it's going to be because they have to rehearse and practice and get it approved through the network. Well, CBS, they made a tweet. They responded to the tweet that Sam Smith made and stated, you could say that again, we are ready to worship. Now, when you see that, when you think about worship, you think about religion, spirituality. You're going to worship God, Jesus, or whoever else people are worshiping. And it's just, it doesn't make sense when a network already know what kind of content is going to be presented. So when you're saying we are ready to worship, but what are we worshiping? Well, if you saw the Grammys, you very well know what kind of imagery was being projected when that song was being performed. It was red, fire, devilish hats. People say, oh, that's just a performance. But if you really watch it, it looks like a ritual. Like they actually perform rituals. I'm telling you this, behind the scenes, in your face, they perform rituals to entice people to indulge more into that kind of lifestyle. Music is a universal language, and that's a way to bring everybody together for the good, the bad, and the ugly. This is one of the reasons why I don't watch the Grammys, because I feel like they are using people, whether they know it knowingly or unknowingly, or they're just caught up in the fame, the fortune, the fan base, the social media, the money, or whatever, don't realize that there's a lot of evil stuff that's just been thrown in our face, and we sit here and accept it. We are desensitized. And it's like all of us is in a trance. We don't want to say anything because we want to be nice. We don't want to hurt anybody's feelings. I'm going to tell you something. You can be genuine and don't be nice. Being genuine means just being yourself, being unique. But we need to be nice because this world is so broken. There's a lot of nasty people, but people accept people with nasty attitudes more than somebody being nice because they feel like people that's being nice is being fake or whatever. But see, here's the difference. You could be genuine and nice, but at the same time, still call out a spade for a spade. We have to learn how to disagree and how to agree as well. It's crazy, y'all. It's crazy that we see this all the time. And kids see this too. They see it. They all indulge with it with the parents, because the parents in today's society are more like friends to the kids than the parent. So they both sitting there dancing and TikToking to this music and don't realize this music is putting out negative energy, evil energy. And before you know it, you be like, I'm wondering why such and such did this or such and such did that. It's all about the subconscious. Like, we don't catch everything that we watch, but our subconscious mind catches everything, and we react to this stuff. When it's called upon us, when we are in that position, whatever we are watching, our mind is taking it all in if we consciously don't know what we are watching. But then when we get put in that situation, it's almost like muscle memory, even though you might not have physically done it before. But by watching all this imagery all the time and listening to it, your reaction is going to be based on your subconscious. That's my personal reason why I don't watch the Grammys. And people will probably say, well, you are in the industry. Yes, I am in the industry. I am in this world too. But it doesn't mean that we have to be part of the world. There's a reason why we all are here. We all have a purpose. We all have a purpose. And we have to serve that purpose. And I feel like my purpose is to be in this industry, to be a light. I'm not perfect. I make mistakes just like every other human being does. But at the same time, we all can be a light too. And we can help pull each other out. We don't all need to be in the pit together. Matter of fact, none of us need to be in the pit together. We all need to get out, help each other. Just imagine, you really think that people are put on this earth to hate, kill, and steal? Like, you born and be like, oh, I'm going to be a natural born killer. I'm going to be a natural born thief. No, that stuff is taught and put into our psyche, and it manifests, it grows to where it can become out of control, and you don't even know what you're doing because you get caught in the trance or you brainwashed. That's my Grammy experience. I'm not putting down the Grammys or anything, but you just got to be aware of what is really going on. And you can't be saying, oh, it's because of this race or this class. We all are in this together. We all sit and watch and do these things together. So just be mindful of that. Just be mindful of that. Do your own research. Don't always blast people because they try to say something or tell you something different than what the mass majority are telling you. We have more coming up on Encounters with Tee Recx. I am Tee Recx, and we'll be right back. Welcome back to Encounters with Tee Recx. For the ones that's listening on iHeartRadio or any podcast and radio platform, you were just hearing someone that was recording. It looked like it might have been a Home Depot or Lowe's or any kind of hardware type facility. And so you see there was a woman dancing in the middle of people that was shopping there. And it looked like the lady, it might have been her mom or relative, a friend, or whoever. She was recording this. We are chasing something that we're not going to ever catch. There is a very small percentage of people that makes it to the top of the fame ladder, if that's what you are chasing. But most of those people are handpicked, and it's not necessarily based off talent. So now we have another distraction that is really taking off, and it's the TikToks and all the other apps that brings out the narcissistic personality in us. Like, who are we doing this for? Because we are wasting our time and taking this time away from the things that really matter, like developing and growing. The children are so lost, not just the children, the people are so lost today more than any time that I can remember being alive. And I could say that the pandemic did a great reset on the older generation, because we were born and taught to interact, love thy neighbor, and everything else that comes with it. Share, it takes a village. We was taught all of that. And the younger generation was born into the digital age where to succeed in life, you don't even have to have personal or interpersonal interaction with people. You can do everything virtually. You can sit at home and be a billionaire, go to school, work, have a full lifestyle, and don't ever leave your house. So when the pandemic came along, it was a reset on two different spectrums. The older generation being alone when we not used to being alone or being away from people and isolated, especially when we got COVID, when we had to be isolated. Those 2 weeks, it changes a lot of things. When you're isolated and when fear is pumped into it, your mindset changes. Again, it could be for the good, the bad, or the ugly. On the other side of the spectrum, the younger generation, they are bored when they are by themselves, and by them already being born into the digital world, they know exactly where to go for that fulfillment of being accepted and just doing whatever without any kind of guidance. The pandemic reset and caused the great distraction. There's so much distractions out here now. Kids from K through 12 going to school, it is so much harder to encourage these kids because the parents are doing the exact same thing the children are doing. They doing all kind of goofy stuff online, recording fights, people doing disrespectful things, making memes about it, laughing about it. These challenges that most of them do not make any sense, but we are doing it for fame, chasing fame. If you're going to chase fame, you're going to waste your whole lifetime doing that. And then before you know it, God willing, if you live to be an elder, you're going to look back on your life and you'll be like, what did I actually accomplish? What is my legacy? What have I actually done? Have I left anything for the next generation, such as children, grandchildren, other family members, friends? Because we all are walking testaments. What are we leaving? What will be our legacy if the only thing we do is scroll up and down a smartphone and taking selfies? What can we all say at the end of the day the end of the story, what we have accomplished. For the ones that saw the video that was just played, I have no fun with having fun. I love having fun. If you know who I am and you are in my circle, I am one of the most hilarious people to be around. I love to laugh. I love to talk. But I don't let that compromise my reality and the responsibility that we all have as individuals. People actually surround their life around TikTok or Facebook or Instagram. And that's why you have more suicides, more mental illness, and everything else that is going on, because we are so self-absorbed that we feel like we are the center or the core of this world. And when somebody bursts that bubble and tell you otherwise, then you don't know what the reaction is going to be. You don't know if that person is going to start feeling suicidal, or they want to go and commit some crimes or take people down with them. We don't know, because these apps is making us so narcissistic that we are losing touch with reality and the people, places, and things that actually matter to us. And I just want to point this out. This is why this is called Encounters with Tee Recx. We'll have interviews as well on our future shows, but we need to have these encounters. There's nothing wrong with watching any of this media stuff, but you need to know if it's good for you or not. You may watch something that is not good for you, but somebody else might watch it and learn from it, and take things away from it. So it just is all matter how you view it. But just know that things today is not hidden in plain sight anymore. It's not. Cartoons, it's all in there. From the conception of the child, you are hearing all this stuff in the womb until you come out, and it's already been programmed by the time we are born. When we come out of our mothers, we already have been exposed to the programming. I tell people today, I have been spending the last decade plus every day unprogramming what I have learned the first 3/4 of my life. Think about that for a moment. I have spent a decade and still every day since then trying to unprogram a lot of the stuff that was taught or forced on us for the last 3/4 of my life. And I know there's somebody else like out there that has that same experience, unlearning stuff, purging stuff out of your head, putting in a black hole of your memory. Chasing fame, you will waste your whole lifetime. Not saying not to go after your dreams, because it's two different things. Fame and dreams is not exclusive. Those things do not go together. But chasing fame is that's the chase that will go forever. Don't put yourself out there. You have family members that, or even if you don't know, and somebody tell you, just take that into consideration that maybe you don't need to be doing all of this stuff, because it's not helping you, it's hurting you, it's hindering you, and it's pushing people away. But you bringing on other entities into your spirit, and you're never gonna have any peace anyway. Don't chase fame, y'all. If you're going to chase anything, go after God. He's the same yesterday, today, and tomorrow. That's the only person or higher being that don't ever change. Fame changes every second. The next trend can be something totally off the wall that we never thought of before. And people will go degrade themselves or put people down to do it. And we can't do that, y'all. If you just look at the world now, look at the devastation, the earthquakes that's happened in Turkey, the weather that was happening on the West Coast, the freeze, the fires, people killing each other, the police brutality, neighbors not speaking to each other. That's what we need to work on. The schools, the parent-teacher-student relationship, the principals, the admin, all of this stuff, y'all. The school shooting. We look at it. And look at the stuff that's on TV that's desensitizing us from this. So when it happens, we don't really have a reaction other than people want to pull the phones out. So we got to stop chasing this fame, y'all. Chase God. Be around your loved ones. Elevate them. Help somebody. And don't expect anything in return. That's my message today for you all. You have tuned in to Encounters with Tee Recx. God bless. And we'll be back next week with our all new podcast. And we may have some interviews. You never know. We don't always have the same format. So stay tuned. Make sure you follow us. www.twofactormedia.com. We got some cool merchandise. Buy some merchandise, please. We are a nonprofit media organization. We love giving back. We love helping people. We love God. We love people. We love everybody. All walks of life. Doesn't matter who you are. Doesn't matter if you good, bad, or ugly. It doesn't matter because we all are the same. We all bleed the same. And we can fight this all together, y'all. We can stand together and try to live the best life that we can. Definitely want to give a shout out to the team, Two Factor Media, everybody that's part of the brand. And I want to close out with this as always. Tell your loved ones you love them today because tomorrow is never promised. I always love God and love people. I am out. Peace.